How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another League of Legends Champion Ability Guide video. Today we're going over Xayah the Rebel, but before we get started, just a friendly reminder that you can subscribe to the channel to see all of the new League of Legends content as soon as it comes out, including more champion guides like this. It's free and you can choose to unsubscribe later if you want. Also, let me know down below which champion ability guide you would like to see next by leaving it in the comment section. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about Xayah. Xayah is an interesting champion due to her synergy with Rakan. As part of her passive, if either her or Rakan are channeling a recall, the other can move nearby and channel their own. When the first recall completes, both will be recalled back to base at the same time. The second part of her passive is called Clean Cuts. After casting an ability, Xayah's next 3 basic attacks penetrate through the target, dealing a percentage of physical damage to the secondary targets. A feather will also be left on the ground for 6 seconds to be called back to her when she casts her E ability. Xayah can also store up to 5 empowered attacks for 8 seconds, which can be refreshed by attacking a structure or using another ability. Xayah's Q ability is called Double Daggers, where she throws 2 feathers in a target direction, dealing physical damage. The 2 feathers will be left on the ground to be called back, and targets hit after the initial target do take reduced damage from the feathers. Due to her Clean Cuts passive, a quick auto attack after using her Q ability will have enough feathers spawned to execute her stun, and we'll talk about that later. Xayah's W ability is Deadly Plumage, where she gains bonus attack speed and has her basic attacks strike the target a second time for extra damage. This extra damage can also affect structures. If Deadly Plumage strikes an enemy champion, Xayah also gains bonus movement speed. Also, if Rakan is nearby, he gains the effects of Deadly Plumage as well, and the bonus movement speed when Xayah attacks an enemy champion. Xayah's E ability is Blade Caller. Xayah calls all of her feathers back to her, which deal physical damage to the enemies they pass through, increasing with crit strike chance. Minions take reduced damage from the returning feathers, and subsequent feathers hitting the same champion are less effective. But if a champion is hit by at least 3 feathers, they will become rooted for a duration. Xayah's ultimate ability is called Featherstorm. Xayah will leap into the air, becoming untargetable and ghosted for a duration. Afterwards, she throws 5 feathers in a target direction, dealing physical damage, and will remain to be called back by her Blade Caller ability. While Xayah cannot basic attack or cast other abilities during Featherstorm, she can still move and use the Flash Summoner spell, for example. Xayah is a very unique champion that has some great utility when using her feather route correctly. If the enemy team loses track of her feathers, she can easily turn the tide of a team fight into your team's favor. But that is all for this champion ability guide starring Xayah. If you haven't yet checked out the other champion ability guides on the channel, a playlist will be linked down below so you have easy access to that. I highly recommend checking them out because even if you don't play as that champion, you can understand how they work so you know how to counter them. Also, you might as well hit the subscribe button, bell, and the thumbs up button so you don't miss out when the next champion ability guide is released. That's all from me. This has been Rets, and I'll see you out in the Rift.